Hello and welcome to another Top Table Gaming video. You're joined by me, Top Table Jay.
And Top Table Steve.
And this is the first in our faction review series. So what's this series all about, Steve?
Basically, we're going to be taking a look at all the different factions for the new rules set of Middle-earth SBG. We're going to be going through each one, looking at the changes, seeing what differences there is, who they can ally with, etc. And we're going to start with the Fellowship.
What better place to start than the Fellowship, right?
Yeah,
so iconic.
You've got to start with them,
And this is the armies of Lord of the Rings, but the Lord of the Rings is based around the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yep.
So without further ado, let's start with the army bonus. Okay, so Fellowship army bonus. What is it, Steve?
It's called You Have My Sword, and
Nice.
I'll read it out as it is in the book. As long as Frodo is alive and on the table, or escapes the board in scenarios where this applies, all models from the Fellowship Army list gain the Fearless special rule.
Nice.
Additionally, a force that consists solely of models from the Fellowship Army will never be considered broken if Frodo is alive and on the table, or escapes the board in scenarios where that's required.
It's really cool and thematic. It symbolises that they're all dedicated to the cause, and at all costs they'll keep Frodo alive.
Yeah.
Keep fighting, right?
Because you'd never see Gimli say, "Oh, I'm going to run away now because Legolas and Aragorn are dead."
Yeah. Although if Legolas and Aragorn are dead, I'd be running. So that is the army bonus.
That's cool.
Right, next up, let's have a look at the ally table.
So, the Allied Matrix.
Yeah.
If you look at the back of your Armies of Middle-earth book, you get both of the larger matrices, not the ones that are in the rule book. And basically what that means is that some armies work better with others and don't work so well with certain other armies.
The really quick explanation is there are 3 levels of alliance. There's a green alliance, which means it's very thematic and they would ally together in
very
Middle-earth.
cohesive, yeah.
And if you take a green alliance, it means you'll both get your relative army bonuses like the Fellowship one we've just covered.
Yeah.
There's then yellow, which is neutral, which means it could happen, but a little bit grey. They're probably from opposite ends of Middle-earth, or they didn't meet in the books and movies, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you take a neutral alliance, it means you won't get any army bonuses, but no further effects.
No penalties.
Yeah. Correct. And then if you take a red, which is basically, it would never happen, it was part of different ages of Middle-earth, they would never, under any circumstances, meet. That means that you don't only lose your army bonus, but also
you can't. One side of the army can't benefit from heroic actions that the other side.
Correct.
So for example, if an Isengard hero calls heroic move, and he's got Mordor with him, the Mordor part of that army will not benefit from that heroic move. And
correct.
So forth.
So it is encouraging you to take nice thematic forces.
Yep.
So should we talk about the alliances really quickly?
Yeah, you've got the list there.
Yeah,
we'll run through it.
We're trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter, just so they're nice, quick videos to watch. So we're not going to go into too much detail. But your green alliances are Lothlorien, the Misty Mountains, and Rivendell, which is quite cool.
That's cool.
So you've got the Elves and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Really good. Your neutral alliances, which you do have quite a few of, are the Dead of Dunharrow, Fangorn, Fiefdoms, Halls of Thranduil, Minas Tirith, the Rangers, Rohan, the Shire, White Council, and the Wildmen.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is red.
Yeah, everything that's not been mentioned is sort of a no-go.
So that's like a no.
So you can take it, but you're going to suffer for that.
You can't. You are going to lose your army bonuses and heroic kind of overlap and stuff. So that's the ally table and the army bonus covered. Let's check out the profiles.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with Frodo Baggins.
The most iconic member of the Fellowship.
Yeah, he's kind of the person you think of first.
Also the most useless, but he gets carried for 3 movies. But we won't go into that. But there's no better place to start than the Ringbearer himself.
So we'll go through his now current, the new profile. Jay has the older profile in front of him. As I'm going through it, we'll see if there's any differences, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Frodo Baggins, he's a hobbit, he's infantry, and he's a hero of fortitude.
Yeah.
He costs 60 points.
Yeah.
His stats are move 4 inch, as you would as a hobbit, fight 3, 3+ shoot value, strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 6. And he has a mighty 2 might.
Yep.
3 will and 3 fate, which is cool, and he should have because he's one of the main characters.
That's all exactly the same.
Yep. His war gear is a dagger and the One Ring.
Yep.
His heroic actions, which he can call, which, as any of you have seen the previous videos, know that only certain heroes can call certain heroics.
Correct.
Is heroic defense.
Which means you need to roll a natural 6 to wound him in combat.
Yeah, which is very thematic because he isn't the kind of characters that's going to call a heroic move and say, "Come on, guys, let's do this." He's kind of just there. You know, he is a very defensive profile.
You can take a spear from a cave troll. He's got. He can take anything, right?
Yeah.
So what about other point options?
So options, you can take the mithril coat at 15 points. You can take sting at 5 points, and you can take an elven cloak at 5 points.
There have been some pretty big points changes there. So mithril coat is 25 points in the old edition, so that's come down by 10 points.
Yeah.
Sting is 15, so that's gone up by 10 points.
That's gone down by 10 points. You're 15.
Oh, of course, yeah. And then elven cloak is 10 points.
Stays the same.
Your war gear point values have changed.
Yeah. So we'll go into detail about what they do. You've got mithril coat, and it has the keyword of passive next to it, which basically means that while he's wearing it, even if he's transfixed or anything, it's irrelevant because it's a thing that's constant.
Correct.
The wording says this rare metal coat worn underneath his clothing is as light as a feather, yet hard as dragon scales. Whilst wearing the mithril coat, the model adds +3 to their defence.
He's def 6.
So it becomes defence 6. So again, that sort of it's in line with his heroic action. He's more of a character that is going to defend himself, and it makes him harder to kill.
Yeah, it does.
Which it should do.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tank, isn't he?
Sting is an elven made dagger. Additionally, whilst carrying Sting, a model adds +1 to their strength when making strikes.
So again, same as the old edition. It's a really simple profile Frodo, but it's quite fitting to the game, really.
Yeah.
And he's got a couple of special rules, which again haven't changed.
No, so he's got resistance to magic and throw stones at a range of 8 inches and a strength of 1.
But when they're throwing 60 of them, you know about it, right?
Yeah,
we've all been there.
You do. And that is Frodo Baggins.
Good. So with Frodo done, I suppose we're going to go into Samwise the Brave.
He's Mucker, yeah. Samwise. So the name in the new book is Samwise Gamgee. Samwise is a hobbit, again, infantry, and he's a hero of fortitude. His points value is 40 points.
So he has gone up 10 points.
He has. Oh, right, okay. Let's see if there is any changes elsewhere in the profile. So his stats are move 4, 3 fight value, and 3+ shoot value. Strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 6. And his might will fate is 2/2/2.
So in the new edition, he's gained a point of courage and he's gained a might point.
Nice.
He used to be courage 5, and he's also gained a will because he used to be 1/1/2.
Right,
so he's gained a courage and might.
And he's got up by 10 points. So I think that's well worth.
For a courage, might, and will. I'll take that all day.
So his war gear, Sam carries a dagger.
Yep.
His heroic actions, his heroic strike.
Yep.
And heroic strength.
I love that.
That is cool.
You think like when he goes and takes on Shelob and stuff, he just goes into Beast Sam, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's
with his
awesome.
frying pan of death.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Which is real cool.
He has a couple of options that he can take with his war gear, and you would pay for, which is the Elven Cloak.
Which again has come down by 5 in the new edition.
Yep, which is cool. Special rules: resistant to magic, throw stones.
Yep.
He has a special rule called "Let him go or I'll have you, Longshanks."
This is new.
It's an active special rule. Sam will protect Frodo from any danger, no matter the cost. If Frodo is engaged in a fight within 6 inches of Sam, then Sam may call a heroic combat without using might. That's cool. If the heroic combat is successful, then Sam must use the following move to join Frodo's combat. If this is not possible, then Sam must move as close as possible to Frodo.
Tell you what's really cool, using that with Aragorn to help lasso Aragorn in. I mean, I know you've got Mighty Hero and stuff, I would assume, we've not dug through this yet. But it's really cool to actually help catapult other heroes into save Frodo as well.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Really thematic.
It is thematic. It kind of it really does resemble his character in the movies.
It does.
So let's move on to the second or third Hobbit, should we say? Meriadoc Brandybuck.
Yep.
He's 10 points. Correct. He's a Hobbit, infantry, and he's a minor hero. He's a move 4, 3 for fight value, 3 plus shoot value, strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4. He has 0/0/1 for might, will and fate.
Exactly the same.
Okay, same points?
Yep.
Alright, okay. War gear is a dagger, and he has the option to take an elven cloak. Special rules, resistance to magic and throw stones, and one called for the Shire. Whilst within 3 inches of Boromir of Gondor, Merry may spend Boromir's might points as if they were his own.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
And obviously Boromir.
I doubt he'd ever use it.
No.
Let's be honest.
Boromir's got 6 might as well. That's pretty cool.
It is cool. I like that.
The thing is, you could use it, for example, if Merry's in a better position for the heroic march or move, just to help push more forward.
Yeah, that's a good
point. There are some situations.
Or Boromir's in combat, can't use might.
Yeah.
And Merry's not.
Yeah, and you can just use Boromir. So it's really making the Fellowship this like real toolbox, which is quite cool, and it should be. No changes there other than gaining that special rule.
Yeah, so we'll move on to Peregrine Took.
Pippin for life.
Pippin for life. He's 10 points.
Correct.
He's a hobbit, he's infantry, and he's a minor hero again. He's got a move value of 4, fight is 3, shoot value is 3+, strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4, and he's 0/0/1 again.
Exactly the same.
His war gear is a dagger, and he has option for an elven cloak, just like Merry. His special rule is exactly the same, resistant to magic and throw stones, and the same special rule whilst within 3 inches
so
of
you can both
Boromir.
use Boromir.
That's cool.
As a might bank, which is real good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Alright,
that's all the hobbits. Let's move on to the big man, Gandalf the Grey.
Alright.
So Gandalf the Grey, he's a wizard, infantry, and he's a hero of legend.
Yeah,
so he's a top tier. He's 170 points base.
Yep.
He has a move of 6 inches, fight value 5, 4+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 5, 1 attack, 3 wounds, courage 7. He's 3/6/3, but he has his staff, so he has at least 1 free point of will every turn.
And up to now, that's all the same.
Okay. His war gear is Staff of Power, Glamdring, and Naya.
Yep.
Glamdring is active. Known as the Foe Hammer, Glamdring is a sword of incredible elven craftsmanship. Glamdring is an elven made hand and a half sword, so you can go two-handed with it.
Can, yeah.
Additionally, Glamdring increases Gandalf's strength by 1 when making strikes with it, so it becomes strength 5, unless for any specific reason.
So the hand and a half is the change there.
Yeah.
It wasn't previously. It just made him strength 5.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you've got that option. Naya is a passive special rule. 1 of the 3 elven rings forged by Celebrimbor. Gandalf may re-roll his dice to make a fate roll when making fate rolls.
Absolutely.
Which is the same. His heroic actions. He has heroic resolve, which is a class spell.
Yeah.
He has heroic channeling.
Yep.
He has heroic strike.
That's fitting. So he doesn't have combat.
No, you get.
Oh, you can take.
You get combat, move, and shoot. Yeah, you get them 3. So these are all additions.
Yeah, no, that's real good.
So that's cool. His options: he can take the cart for 25 points, or he can take a horse for 10.
Nice.
Is that the same?
Yep, exactly the same.
His magical powers. So he has blinding light.
Yep.
Terrifying aura.
Correct.
Immobilize.
Yeah.
Command.
Yep.
Protection of the Valar.
That is new.
Strength and will.
Yep.
Collapse rocks.
That is new.
And sorcerer's blast.
Correct.
So he's got 2 new spells.
He's got 2 new spells.
So he's got more things in his arsenal to use.
Yep.
He looks to me like a very good all-round. Yeah, pretty much. He's going to do the same job he did in the previous rules.
He's got blinding light to protect you from shooting. He's got collapse rocks and sorcerer's blast for offense. He's got strength and will, protection of the valor to play defensive, and he's got command and immobilize to really nullify the enemy. So he's got a full suite of stuff that he can use just to literally do anything you're going to need. He's Gandalf, isn't he?
I've used Gandalf semi-regular, and
he's kind of the go-to wizard for good, isn't he?
Yeah, and the fact that you can ally in with a lot of those stuff is really handy. So that is Gandalf the Grey. Let's move on to the fighty dudes. So we've got Aragorn.
Here he is.
Strider.
Yep.
He's 160 points.
So he's gone down 15 points.
That's interesting. He's a man, infantry, and he's a hero of valor. He's move 6, fight value of 6, 3+ shoot value, Strength 4, Defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 6.
Yep.
He's 3/3/3.
Absolutely.
But he is a mighty hero, so he gets a 3 point of might every turn.
Correct.
As he did previously. War gear, he has a sword. His heroic action list is quite substantial.
Because he got access to them all.
So he's got heroic resolve, heroic march, heroic accuracy, heroic strike, heroic strength, heroic defense, heroic challenge.
I think that's all of them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And it's right, there's nothing Aragorn can't do.
No, I mean he's probably the most well-known hero in Middle Earth.
He is.
And as he should have access to everything. So, options. Andrew Flame in the West for 40 points.
Now that's big.
That's big.
Because it used to be 75.
A horse for 10 points.
Yeah.
Armour for 5.
Yep.
Bow for 5.
Correct.
Elven Cloak for 5. Andrew basically means, well, he can use it as a two-handed sword because it's a hand and a half. So he gets +1 to wound. Which means normally with Andrew you'd normally wound on a 4+. If you go two-handed, it's a 3+.
You are taking, that's horrific that he's always wounded on a 3+.
Yeah, you still get the penalty of two-handed, so he's not like he's not burly or anything.
So the interesting thing is though, because obviously his new profile has come down by 15 points and Andrew has come down by 35, you're actually paying like 200 all in now for him with Andrew, where it used to be like 250.
Yeah.
So that's a big saving to take
and
him
you didn't really you didn't see him a lot. I mean, you'd see him at some events.
He was good mounted in all hero
stuff, yeah.
But you never saw him with Andrew.
No.
Like, it was very rare, and that would just wreck face. So he's a beast.
He's got 2 special rules.
Let's do it.
Horse Lord.
Yep. So he can use his fate points to save his mount, which is
cool.
Great.
Yep. And Mighty Hero, which we spoke about, which is the 3 point of might every turn. So
monster,
all in all, yeah. I mean, looking at it there, it is probably one of the best profiles in the game.
He's great. You stick him on a horse, and he's going to get work done.
Yeah, definitely. So that's Aragorn Strider. Let's move on to Boromir of Gondor.
Let's do it.
So Boromir of Gondor is 95 points.
He's come down by 10.
Yep, he's a man. It says Gondor here. Is this
for certain keywords?
Is that
if you take the Fellowship, him with Minas Tirith, there's certain keywords that trigger off the word Gondor.
Right. Okay. Infantry, hero of valor. Move 6, fight 6, 4+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6, 6 might, 1 will, and 0 fate.
So he's lost a point in defense.
Yeah.
He lost defense 6.
Okay. His war gear is armour, sword, and the Horn of Gondor.
Correct.
Does that say?
Yeah.
Horn of Gondor.
Well, he comes with the shield as base.
Well, that's So
he has to pay for the shield to offset the points. Yeah.
So the Horn of Gondor, Boromir can blow the horn at the start of a fight if he's outnumbered by 2 to 1 or more. The enemy combatant in the fight with the highest courage value must take a courage check. If the test is passed, the combat is fought as normal. If the test is failed, Boromir automatically wins the fight and can strike blows against his enemies. I think the Horn of Gondor is like an awesome rule.
Yeah, when you run into like hordes of evil stuff as well, and he just doesn't care, he just starts slaying them because they can't hit him.
If you find something like orcs and it's like courage 2, courage 3, you've got a good chance of winning the fight without rolling the dice.
And the key thing about Boromir is the 6 might.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
You don't see as much of him as I would have liked in the old edition. I hope we do see more, because 6 might, like, you can throw him in, and for 2 turns you're probably not losing the fight just because you've got the fight 6.
Yeah.
So unless you're hitting other elf heroes and stuff, you've got the fight value.
Yeah.
You've got enough might to do all your heroics and stuff. Like, he's just a beast.
He is. He's cool. His heroic actions. He has 4 additional to the first 3. Heroic march.
Yep.
Heroic strike.
Nice.
Heroic strength.
Yep.
Heroic defense.
Cool.
Kind of sort of imitates the awesome warrior that he is.
Yeah, he's got all the tricks he needs.
Those actions. His options: he can take a horse for 10 points, Elven Cloak for 5, or a shield for 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and that is Boromir of Gondor.
Beast.
Shall we move on to Legolas Greenleaf?
Yeah, here's one I'm looking forward to going through.
Okay, so Legolas Greenleaf is 100 points.
So interestingly, the other way, this guy's gone up by 10 points.
Okay.
But there were a lot of Legolas profiles around.
There was.
I think this one may be a bit of a
accumulation.
Yeah, let's go through it.
So he's an elf, obviously. Yep. He's got the Mirkwood keyword, infantry, and he's a hero of valor. He's move 6, fight 6, 3+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6.
Yep.
And he's 3/2/3 on his might, will, and fate.
Exactly the same.
Okay, so there's no change there. War gear, elven made daggers and an elf bow.
Yep.
Heroic actions, heroic accuracy and heroic strike.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. The options that he has to take with him is a horse for 10, armour for 5, elven cloak for 5.
Cool.
Special rules.
Yep.
There's 3 of them. Woodland creature is the first one, which we all know about.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. Deadly shot. Now
Yep.
let's see if this has changed at all. So Legolas may fire his bow 3 times in the shoot phase rather than once.
Yep.
Each of these shots may be made against a different target. Alternatively, Legolas may instead choose to make 1 shot, but in this case he will always hit on the roll of a 2+, regardless of in the way tests. If the target is engaged in combat or any other factors including modifiers, magical powers and so forth, if Legolas uses the 1 shot to target a cavalry model, he may choose whether he hits the rider or the mount. So that has changed.
Because it used to auto hit.
So you had auto hit, which was kind of, it was cool, but it was OP.
It was horrible to play.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was like, cool, your biggest, scariest man, lose your horse.
Yeah, and you know,
And
Legolas with an elven cloak.
He had enough might, even if he rolled a 1 to kill the horse,
Yeah.
and it was just like, it was very frustrating.
Yeah. So now you do have a chance of not hitting.
Although it's still going to hit like 80% of the time, like it's still real good.
But it's still the chance that it's not, which is what it needs, yeah. Because I mean, he is Legolas, you know, if you watch the movies, you know, he's firing arrows.
He couldn't hit that berserker for toffee, could he?
Don't know what happened there.
I know.
Wind, rain, night time, you know. His final special rule is called Final Count 42.
So this is new, and I've read this one, and I think it is wicked.
This and another one which we'll read shortly, I think, thematic wise are probably 2 additions what they've put in, and I don't think there'll be anyone that will look at them and go, that is awesome.
That's well cool.
Yeah. So, if Legolas and Gimli are in the same army, then keep a track of how many models they have both killed. If at any point Legolas has fewer kills than Gimli, then Legolas's shoot value is improved by 1. So basically, Legolas wants to kill more than Gimli, and Gimli wants to kill
like the
more.
classic Helm's Deep kill count they're doing, so if Legolas is behind, he'll be really focusing them shots and hitting on the 2+.
Yeah, so it's
which is well good.
It's a cool rule, because you can see that one backwards and forwards throughout the game as well. So that is Legolas Greenleaf's profile, and straight from there, as if it was planned, we'll move on to Gimli, Son of Gloin.
Let's do it.
So, Gimli, Son of Gloin is also 100 points.
He's come down by, he's gone up by 10 again. So Legolas and Gimli have both gone up by 10.
Okay. He's a dwarf, he's got the Erebor keyword, he's infantry and he's a hero valor. He has a move of 5 inches with him being a dwarf.
Yeah.
Fight 6, 4+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 8. 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, and he's 3/2/2 on his might, will, and fate.
Spot on. Exactly the same.
There was never really anything wrong.
They were always solid profiles
good
in the Fellowship,
profiles.
weren't
His heroic actions options are heroic strike and heroic strength.
they? Makes sense. He's just an out-and-out aggressive beast, isn't he? So it makes a ton of sense.
And he has the option to take an elven cloak at 5 points.
Yeah.
He has 2 special rules. The first one is axes of the dwarves. At the beginning of each fight, Gimli can choose to either use an axe in each hand, in which case he fights with 3 attacks, or uses 2-handed axe. Yeah, I mean that was always there, right?
So interestingly, it doesn't say anymore that he doesn't suffer the -1.
Yeah, so you're assuming that he does. So
he's now going to take. He basically hasn't got burly, so he's now going to actually take the -1 because he's fighting 2-handed. Yeah, interesting.
That is interesting.
I didn't expect that actually.
You can choose accents. Yeah, so you're getting the penalty for the +1.
Master Forged.
Master Forged 2-handed axe. Yeah.
So
that's true. We didn't go through the war.
Remember, guys, we're doing this on release day with you
I
guys.
apologise.
So where's Master Forged?
Well, Jay's looking for that. I will go through his war gear, which I obviously missed. Heavy dwarf armour, Master Forged, 2-handed axe, 2 axes, and throwing axes. It is gonna be that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's because they've made his 2-handed axe Master Forged, which is yeah, you don't suffer the -1. So they took it out of the special rule and put it into the weapon. We almost look like we know what we're doing.
So his secondary special rule. Now we've played up the first one.
Yeah.
Pretty much up to now we're almost the same, barring the fact that there's certain heroic actions he can't do.
Yep.
So I'm sitting pretty on 43. Is the name of the rule. If Legolas and Gimli are in the same army, then keep track of how many models they have both killed. If at any point Gimli has fewer kills than Legolas, then Gimli receives a +1 bonus to wound. So that, with his Master Forged axe,
he's +2
against like heroes or monsters.
Like he's strength 4. If he's hitting normal stuff at like strength 6, it's 5s down to 3, defense 6.
That's crazy.
Wounded on most things on like 3s, 4s if it's horrible.
That is cool. It's cool, but it's crazy.
It's quick. and the thing is, I reckon that special rule will be active more than Legolas is, because early Legolas will get the kill shooting before you hit. So when the lines hit, Gimli's going to go in like a monster, and then late game you might see final count 42 kicking back in on Legolas, and him actually getting the +1 to shoot value in the late game, which can be crucial, really.
Yeah.
So Gimli is an absolute monster as he charges in, because
it's crazy.
if you play in the Fellowship, it's probably going to be happening.
Yeah. Another thing is you can't take advantage of either one, because if you want Gimli's special to kick in, you've got to do well with Legolas and vice versa.
It could be quite interesting if you see your really top tier players actually balancing the kill count for what they need, and like picking which combat you do first to try and actually flip the tide over to the one you want most. You could get some real cool use out of that, because Legolas can kill 2 or 3 models with shooting, and all of a sudden you could start tipping it the way that's best.
Legolas and Gimli in a force against goblins. Legolas is just going to get so many.
They will actually get to 42 and 43.
That's crazy.
So that's really cool, and that's Gimli covered. And now we're going to the best profile in the Fellowship. Bill the
Pony. Okay, so Bill is 25 points.
So he's gone down by 5.
Cool. You don't really see him very often, so it's nice that you've done that to sort of try and...
You don't see the Fellowship as a thing as much as I like, actually.
No.
I'm hoping we see more in the new edition.
Yeah. So Bill's a pony, infantry, classed as infantry, independent hero. So Bill can move 8. He's a fight value of 1. He has a 6+ shoot.
So he can shoot.
Strength 3, defense 4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 3, and he's 0/1/1 for his might will fate.
So he's dropped. His courage has gone up by 1. He was courage 2.
Okay. War gear, iron shod hooves. So they've named it now.
Cool.
Special rules. First one is called official meals. As Bill carries all of the food for the Fellowship, he is well looked after and protected by the hobbits of the Shire. Hobbit models treat Bill the Pony as a banner.
I'll tell you what, it's a very... If you've got the points, it's only 5... In fact, in the new edition, it's the same price as a banner.
Yeah.
But it's move 8 and you can keep repositioning it without it being in combat. It's actually...
And it's got extra special
we've not even covered all of it. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's tough in a Fellowship because most points value events won't let you get them all in. So, but if you ever have that like 30-point deficit, like it's wicked to throw in just to give the little dudes a banner, I think.
That's cool. Yeah. Second special rule is second breakfast. Each turn, a single member of the Fellowship that ends their move in base contact with Bill the Pony may attempt to regain a point of might, will, or fate spent earlier in the battle. Roll a dice. On a 5+, the point is restored.
So that's much better. It used to be a 6.
So
now you've got a 1 in 3. Gandalf will love standing next to this guy.
And in fact, like you say, you can move 8. You know, you can sort of position him around the back of your lines, and that's really
6 was always tough. You'd never if you could do it and have a go. It was just a coincidence. At a 5+, it's 1 in 3. You'd probably play for it because you're going to reliably get it off once, maybe twice a game.
Let's say. I'm talking tournament games here for like an hour and 45.
Yep.
You might get
5-6
turns. That's a chance of getting possibly 2 points of might on average.
The thing is as well, you're playing such a low model elite army that winning fights is key, and it's your fight value that's going to keep you winning those fights. So might is such a valuable resource because if you lose a fight and you're swarmed with orcs, like you could go down quite quickly.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's a real good resource. I like it.
Okay. His final special rule is only a pony. Bill the Pony may never charge an enemy model for any reason, and no other models may use his standfast. He may, however, benefit from the standfast roll of any friendly hobbit.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
He has no heroic actions. Can he do the normal 3? He must be able to because he's classed as a hero.
He's got a mic, so no.
True. It's been a long day.
Oh.
Right, okay, so is this the final?
I think so.
And is he in that profile?
He certainly is. Smeagol is right here.
So we're on to Smeagol. Smeagol's 30 points.
This is the good alter ego of.
Yep. So he's still classed as a hobbit, infantry, and he's an independent hero again.
He's 5 points cheaper as well.
Alright, okay. Move 5.
Yep.
Fight 4, 4+ shoot value.
Mm-hmm.
Strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4.
Yep.
1 point of might, 0 will, 1 point of fate.
Correct.
Smeagol has, he's war gear. Smeagol has strong strangling fingers, so he's never considered unarmed ever.
Correct, exactly the same.
Special rule is Cave Dweller.
Mm-hmm.
And his second special rule is Serve the Master of the Precious. Smeagol may only be taken if Frodo is also in the army.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Smeagol's one of those models that can be, if you're playing against him, can be a pain.
Yes, he can.
Because he's fight 4, he's strength 4. You know, he's got 2 attacks.
He got a might point as well.
Yeah, he can do a bit of damage. I played, I can't remember what force I had him. I used him and he was surprisingly good.
It was for 30 points and a might point and a fight 4.
Yeah.
He can tie stuff up so it can't get to Frodo. He can act as a meat shield and nothing else.
Yeah.
But that's the Fellowship. Super elite, super fun. It's all the heroes that we know and love.
Yeah.
You've got the amazing range potential of Legolas. You've got Aragorn, Boromir, and Gimli that are just combat beasts. And you've got Gandalf, super wizard, and then you've got the hobbits and Bill the pony. It's super thematic. It's the army you should all
really
play
themey.
once.
It's really cool. You see quite a bit of Fellowship. Some of the madder members of our community take them to tournaments. But yeah, it's always fun to see, and it always looks cool on the table.
It does. So we hope you enjoyed that faction review. Make sure you subscribe and like the channel, and check out the rest of the vids in this playlist. Until next time, I've been Jay.
I've been Steve, and I'll see you later.